Hello and welcome to Total Packers with Matt LaFleur, Larry McCarren along with the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. And Matt, how does it feel to be in complete control of your playoff destiny?
Oh, it feels great. Certainly going to be a great challenge for us, but I know our guys are excited. Our fans will be excited. It's going to be great on Sunday Night Football, last game of the regular season, and I think any of us would have taken this if you talked to us 4 weeks ago when you're sitting at 4-8 and to have that opportunity to get in the playoffs. I mean, that's what we worked so hard for.
And how does it feel to be absolutely positively an ascending team at this point in the season?
Well, I think that's critical, but like I said, it's going to be a great challenge. We're playing a team that already beat us once, and we certainly have to play much better than we did the first time we played them, and need our fans to show up for us and be behind us for 4 quarters. And it was a great atmosphere versus Minnesota. We expect the same thing versus Detroit.
What's the biggest challenge the Lions present to you guys?
Well, I just think they're a complete football team. They'll challenge you on the defensive side of the ball, play a bunch of man coverage, and they play extremely physical, extremely hard. I think offensively, they're just a balanced attack. They run the ball as good as anybody, and then they can make plays in the passing game. You talk about the offensive line is one of the best in the league. I think Jared's playing at a really high level, and so we'll have our work cut out for us.
4-game winning streak, you have 12 takeaways. In a football sense, what's leading to all the takeaways?
I think guys just playing hard, doing their assignments, taking it really one play at a time. And then we've capitalized on when the opportunities are there. And we've come down with some key interceptions, gotten that strip stack by Kenny Clark, which was huge. But I think it's just guys truly buying in, being focused, and just doing their job.
What did it say about your football team that you get a punt blocked, and that can be devastating, but you respond with a goal line stand, and then after the ensuing field goal, you return a kickoff for a touchdown? What does that say about your football team?
Well, it says we're pretty resilient, and that was obviously a key point in the game. You're talking about 1st and goal on the 1-yard line, but our guys, they stepped up and rose to the occasion and did a great job stuffing the run, and then we had the one pass attempt down there, and it was definitely flipped the momentum when Keyshawn housed the kickoff, and that was a great experience.
Could you talk about the factors that went into holding Justin Jefferson, the leading receiver in the league, to 1 catch for 15 yards? And I'm assuming those factors start with Jair Alexander.
Yeah, when given the opportunities to challenge him, he certainly did. And that's they do a good job of moving Jefferson all over the formations and motioning him and whatnot, and putting him in really at the number 1 spot in terms of the quarterback's progression for the majority of their passing plays. But I thought our coaches came in with a very good plan. The plan was to play a lot more 2-shell and force them to try to beat us with the run, and that allowed Justin Jefferson to beat us. And our guys up front did a great job allowing us to get that done by defeating blocks and tackling at a high level.
Yeah, a couple numbers that really stand out are 8 hits on the quarterback and 10 passes broken up. And I would imagine the 2 go hand in hand.
They certainly do. You got to complement each other. The coverage allows the rush to maybe give them an extra tick to get to the quarterback, and conversely, if you're getting to the quarterback, you know that ball is going to come out a little bit quicker, which leads to opportunities to potentially take the ball away with those interceptions.
Could you tell us about Darnell Savage going back in the starting lineup, not only at safety, but also playing some nickelback, which allowed Rudy Ford on the field, which led to an interception by both players?
Yeah, it was those guys played outstanding. Certainly, with Keyshawn being limited, we know how dangerous of a returner he is, and coming off what his injury, we wanted him to be fresh for that phase of the game because he is such an impact player and a difference maker. So we decided to roll with Savage at the nickel and allow Rudy to go back and play the safety position, and I'd say it worked out pretty well.
I guess. Offensively, the headline act, I would think, was the running game. 163 yards. You had a lot like that production.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought our guys up front did a really good job. I thought our backs were running hard, we're pressing it. The guys on the perimeter, the receivers, the tight ends, you know, doing their 111, blocking their responsibilities, being physical. And yeah, we were able to generate some explosive runs. I thought our plan was very effective, and our coaches did a really good job of setting that up for our guys.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the man in the middle, Kenny Clark. Don't go away. Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers, by Bellin Health, and by Johnsonville. Welcome back. This one-on-one is brought to you by Quick Trip and Guaranteed Fuel. Kenny Clark just destroying in a one-on-one situation.
Kenny Clark with the strip and the scoop.
Kenny beat Ned Ingram, the right guard, with a nice swim, an arm over the top, then knocked that ball free and recovered. Kenny, you come in and you hit the trifecta: the sack, the forced fumble, and the fumble recovery. How cool was that?
That was an awesome moment, and you know, just trying to close the door on that game. It was trying to have a comeback, and for me to get that huge stop. That was just a huge critical moment in that game.
When you rank that with other things you've done on the football field, does it rank up there pretty high?
Yeah, that definitely ranked up pretty high. That felt good, good to do. I was just on the edge and came across and hit him with a good swipe, and he was trying to push me past the quarterback, and I swam over him. So, and then I got the trifecta like you said. So yeah, that was definitely a huge moment in my career for sure.
Ball's knocked out of his hands and recovered by Green Bay. Kenny Clark did it all.
Ja also had a big game against Justin Jefferson after he talked about it beforehand. Do you kind of get a kick out of Ja? He is totally fearless. He'll say whatever he wants to say, and then he goes out and backs it up.
Yeah, and I think that's just been the story of our team. Like, just play with that free, careless mindset. We come out, hit people in the mouth and back it up. Ja, a great player, and it wasn't no doubt in my mind he was going to back up what he said.
Has Jarran Reed joining your team been good for you? And not just in a football sense, because when I watch you guys interact, it looks like you guys have been lifelong friends.
Yeah.
I mean, has it been good for you?
Nah, yeah, Jay Reed's been a great not only teammate but a great friend. Somebody I can always rely on, talk to. Jay Reed for sure been somebody that I didn't lean on. When it was tough times. During the year, but on the field, great leader, great competitor. Guy that's eager to win and all that kind of stuff. So, I love what he's been bringing to our team.
You guys have risen from the dead. What enabled you to do that?
It's just our preparation and how we've been coming in and taking care of each week, doing the little things, and then coming out and executing at the end of the day. We playing together as a team, all three phases, and you want to be playing that way, going into late in the year.
This year, there is no question you guys are playing your best football when it counts the most. Isn't that a great place to be?
Yeah, I didn't been a part of the 13 win teams and in the first season and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, like, it don't matter. You want to just get in the playoffs and be playing your best ball going into the playoffs. You know, so as long as you playing, you know, you keep moving forward and you playing that way, it's always going to be, you know, that's where you want to be at the end of the day.
The Lions game, fairly big. What's important as you approach it?
Just coming out, you know, with a great mindset. You know, it's going to be a physical game. We got a dome team coming in, so you know, we got to take advantage. You know, we got to take advantage, and it's going to be at Lambeau. So you know, I know the crowd is going to be up, and it's going to be rowdy up here. So I'm excited about it.
Talk about snap from the Packers defense. You're talking about Alexander.
Don't change the channel. Necked immediately by Jair Alexander.
If I win it, you know it's mine, don't try to. I'm eating that crunch time, you'll never. You can't.
Broken up, incomplete. Oh, what a play. Glove-like coverage.
Alexander just all over it, smothering coverage. What a competitor.
Intercepted. Alexander, an athletic interception.
Plastering.
Intercepted on the play by Jair Alexander.
Bang, bang play.
Oh, what a play made by Jair Alexander. Outstanding.
You can't.
Jair Alexander's outstanding 2022 campaign has helped him bring home his second career Pro Bowl honor. His 5 interceptions this season match his career total coming into the year. Several other Packers were also named as alternates to the Pro Bowl games. Notably, Elton Jenkins was tabbed first alternate on the offensive line, a remarkable achievement following last season's knee injury. This week's Chalk Talk is brought to you by Network Health. At Network Health, we do what's right, even when it's not easy. It's who we are. Health insurance is what we do. Justin Jefferson, leading receiver in the NFL. 1 catch for 15 yards versus the Packers and Jair Alexander. Second play of the game, Ja sets the tone and lets Jefferson know his day is not going to be fun. Be it a run or a pass elsewhere, Ja would be making his life difficult.
I get into a mode and it's just like, all right, you know, it is what it is. You just gonna have to deal with it.
Ja also got physical with his coverage and save a tip at the line of scrimmage. That's a likely interception.
Anytime you got the best on the best, like, shoot, who wouldn't want to wake up to that, you know? Like, I thought about that all week.
But Ja refused to get predictable. He'd fake the physical and then drop into hip and step-to-step coverage. And that's what really determined the winner in this battle of the best. Ja's ability to cover man-to-man. It was more than tight. It was suffocating. And that 1 catch for 15 yards, it did not come against Ja.
Today, man, it feels spectacular. It feels phenomenal. It feels supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Total Packers with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Network Health, by your Wisconsin Toyota dealers, and by Spectrum One. Welcome back. Time to hand out game balls. And on offense, Matt, you went with Aaron Jones, 111 yards on the ground, averaged almost 8 yards a carry, and he crossed the 1,000-yard mark for the season.
He's such a consistent performer. We're obviously a lot better offense when he touches the football. You know, he couldn't do it without the guys in front of him. We already talked about the wideouts, tight ends, everybody getting involved in it. Our quarterback making sure that we have the right runs dialed up. He's a phenomenal back, not only in the run game, in the pass game, with protection. He can do it all.
Speaking of doing it all, on defense, you went with all the defense, everybody.
That was a great performance. You're talking about 4 takeaways, obviously the big goal line stand. I think everybody had a hand in it, and certainly Jair played a big part, but I thought, you know, Rasul, Savage, Rudy Ford, TJ Slayton, Kenny Clark, Dre did a great job, Quay Walker. It was just a standout performance by the collective group.
And on special teams, you go with Keyshawn Nixon, and what a return and what an addition he's been. And Tyler Davis, one of those guys helping him break long runs.
Yeah, both those guys, outstanding job. Obviously, Keyshawn with the splash play right there that really flipped the game. And then Tyler Davis had a couple big tackles on the coverage units, and he's a guy that can really do it all. It plays 4 phases for us, very important part of our success on special teams.
Matt, how big was it when Mason Crosby goes out there right before the half, clock winding down, and boots a 56-yarder, hits the crossbar, goes the right way, and you guys run to the locker room? How big was that? How juiced up was your locker room?
Oh, there was a lot of energy, not only in the stadium, but when we went in the locker room. And I think that was a big uptick in the momentum. And I know we already had a lead, but it just adds that extra shot of confidence to your team. And it was a great moment, not only for Mason, but for our team, our fans. I think everybody really enjoyed that.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up, the last word from the coach. Don't go away. The Last Word with Matt LaFleur is brought to you by Construction Business Group and Wisconsin Operating Engineers. Welcome back. Time for the last word from the coach. And Matt, it all boils down to Sunday night at Lambeau Field and the Detroit Lions. What do you think?
Well, it should be exciting. This is going to be a great challenge for us. Obviously, a team that we know very well that held us to 9 points the first time we played them, and that one went down to the wire as well. But an explosive offense, a tough, gritty group on defense, on special teams, and we're going to have a great week of preparation and go play our best ball.
Thank you, Matt. Good luck against those Lions, and thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.